And the thing about Rihanna, I don't know why she's drawn to these guys that are very, I mean, maybe it's the side of her dad. You know, one day I'll do a video about that. Maybe it's because of her issues with her dad, you know, but she's very drawn to these like gangster type of guys. 8 of 1. Hi everyone, welcome back to Night Tarot. My name is Hallie. So grateful to have you all. This channel about hot topics through a tarot perspective. It is intuitive based. I'm doing a couples updates today, so stay tuned. I'm doing 3 couples. First is, I'm gonna look down my notes. A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. Second is Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde. And third is Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel. Okay, so let's get into the reading. First set. 2 of Cups, Temperance, and 10 of Wands. Okay, so I strongly feel like this is Rihanna, A$AP Rocky. I've been accurate a lot about them. And I did say that his gangster past is going to come back to kind of dampen the relationship because he isn't done with the thug life. Do you know what I'm saying? So 10 of Wands is putting a lot of pressure on her, and he's like giving her like empty promises. I think he's a Libra, right? I saw that he's a Libra. Is he a Libra? I forgot if he's a Libra or Gemini. Please write in the comment section if you know his chart. Or I will when I'm done reading this. When I write in the description box. It's Ace of Wands. He keeps on like giving her empty promises. Okay, I strongly get Libra energy. I was with 3 Libras for a long time. I think not my longest relationship, but one of my longest relationships with Libra, and I definitely saw his shadow side. I saw a lot. All 3 of them have a similar shadow side, you know, the Sun and Libras, where they would avoid accountability. And I'm not saying all Libras are like this, but the reason why we have our shadow sides is so that we can learn, grow, and prosper. You know, like I'm Aquarius, and our shadow side, I see it in a lot of Aquarius, that, and I was like that too. Sometimes I still like that. I have to hold myself accountable, but we tend to run from situations similar kind of to Libra in a different way, but we tend to like run from taking accountability for what we need to do. We don't like to be told what to do, and I don't mind actually now moving on with my life being told what to do, as long as it makes sense, and as long as somebody's not telling me what to do and they don't do it themselves, you know. I don't like hypocrites. So I say the shadow side of the Libra because I see very strongly that he has difficulty being held accountable. The boss of the deck, the Magician, it's almost like he's stuck in a cycle because it made him a lot of money doing this alleged illegal activity, and like status, and it gave him street cred, you know. And the thing about Rihanna, I don't know why she's drawn to these guys that are very, I mean, maybe it's the side of her dad. You know, one day I'll do a video about that. Maybe it's because of her issues with her dad, you know, but she's very drawn to these like gangster type of guys. 8 of Wands, the Moon, and the Hanged Man in reverse. She's not ready to let him go, and obviously they just had a child, so it's not easy, but she's definitely not ready to let him go. She will at some point, she's just not ready yet. With 5 Pentacles in the Chariot, and I wish her well. Honestly, I'm not going to sit here and tell her what she needs to do, but I wish her well 100%. I think it's a lot harder to be in that situation than we realize, especially being a woman like Rihanna and being almost a billionaire, you know, having these guys around her that some of them want to use her, and she doesn't really know their true purpose. At least I think she feels like with this guy, what you see is what you get. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's not like a fraud behind the scenes, because I want to do a breakdown one day. There's so many videos I want to do. But I want to do a breakdown one day of her past relationship with that guy from Saudi Arabia, because I think he was like had two faces. I think he was very two-faced, in the sense that he was like, he acted like I'm more cool. I think he was a Pisces too, if I'm not mistaken. But behind the scenes, he would do things that was like not okay. So I think she's very aware of that, but I will do a video about it too. So please comment. I'd love to hear what you say. Let's move on to Harry and Olivia, as most of you love this. I just want to preface, it's not an Olivia bashing, it's not a fan bashing. Please be respectful. If I give commentary, it is my opinion, and I'm not here to say Olivia is a horrible person or Harry is a horrible person. That's not what I do. This channel is about growth and seeing things from a different perspective. So 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, and Death in reverse. Okay, so this situation is not done, and I just did a Harry update about his career and how it's linked and tied to Olivia. It's not done until the movie is done, and then I think he will start thinking about moving forward. And the thing is, I think he was done before, but then he came back because he realized he had to do press with her, he had to do all these things with her, with the chariot, and the chariot moving forward. I strongly feel like he wants to move on, but he's being stopped in the process. So with 10 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, I see very strongly here, and let's clarify 10 of Swords, that it's almost like they're isolated. He's isolating himself, like typical Aquarius. Oh my gosh, when I do his readings, I'm like, I do that sometimes. When I'm over somebody and I act like, which I shouldn't do, that's something I'm working on. So 5 Wands, the Emperor, and the Sun. I see very strongly here that he feels, he obviously, from what I see here, has used his connection with Olivia to prosper his career. Now, I don't think that was initially why he started the relationship, or it could have been, but there's definitely a tie towards his career and this relationship. It is very, very, very clear. So the 8 of Cups and King of Pentacles. I got King of Pentacles before, and I just did a reading about him recently, and he is using this opportunity to gain more fame, gain more money, and enter the world of movies. I'm going to put up a card of the reading I just did because I think it will be very helpful. Okay, so let's move on to Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel. So I was inspired by this because I saw a YouTube video of somebody like noticing and highlighting how Justin Timberlake was holding this other woman's hand when they were filming. I forgot her name. I think she's a British actress, but he was holding her hand. They were like in New Orleans and blah blah blah, and he was holding her hand, and it just looked quite inappropriate. And obviously there's more to what meets the eye. So, you know, maybe I should do a video about them. I will do a video about that particular situation very soon. And by the way, guys, the El Chapo video is coming very soon. I just want to do it when I'm in the right headspace because it's a very heavy topic, and I want to make sure that I have read all the charts and cleared my energy. I was going to do it today, but my energy is just not for El Chapo because I know it's going to be very draining. He just seems very intense, that guy. Okay, so 2 of Pentacles, the Moon, and Knight of Swords. I see very strongly here that, and Justin Timberlake is an Aquarius. I did say this before. I met him. Well, I didn't meet him, but I encountered him a long time ago in Soho in New York, and I was actually kind of shocked that he looked so young. He looked so young. I was very, very shocked. But I suppose it depends what you define as meet. Technically, I met him, but I wouldn't really say that because I didn't have a conversation with him. But he seemed like immature, which I was kind of shocked about. Yeah, I was kind of shocked about that. He's Aquarius, and I always say this, that I'm not into that many Aquarius like that. Because I've had, the most relationships I've had have been with Aquarius. And I can see the cycle of Aquarius, what he's doing right here. It's like playing games, not taking it too seriously. I feel like she's more invested than he is. Especially the boss of the deck is Knight of Cups energy, which is like an immature kind of relationship, Page of Swords. well, I feel like he's the kind of guy that's never really happy with what he has. That's just what I pick up on. Not really happy with what he has, and like it's always searching for you. And a lot of Aquarius guys have dated being like that, where it's like they're into you today, tomorrow they don't know you, they don't text you. They'll text you the whole day one day, the next day they won't text you at one. You're like, did I do something? You know what I'm saying? So let's clarify. Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups, Knight of Cups. Okay, so this relationship is very, very, very stressful on Page of Swords. Is on her, very stressful on her, because I feel like he, like I said, plays games with her. Five of Swords plays games with her. You know how you see this pensive? It's weighing heavily down on both of them. And I did a video about them at the beginning of the year, end of last year, where I don't see this turning out right, and I think that they might have had a child to kind of mend things, you know, but I think it will only highlight the Fool card that it's time to move on with their life. So please comment. I would love to hear what you have to say. Take care.